Hey folks, welcome back to our little homestead in Autumn Woods. If you remember on the other episode, we were out here cutting some firewood. We got all that cut and split and loaded up at the house. And today, what we were wanting to do is go out in the woods and find some kindling to start our wood stove fire with. So, some people use kindling, they use little limbs and little sticks and things like that, and that works fine. In South Carolina, we've I guess been blessed to have something called fat lighter, or some people call it sap lighter or fatwood. Years ago, our forests here were full of longleaf pine trees, and the longleaf pine, as it would grow, had a particular sap in it that would dry over a period of time after the tree was dead, and is very flammable, and bugs don't like it either. So it turns hard. It's flammable, and you can split it, and it's great to start fires with. So you also can get fat lighter from the yellow pines, but it doesn't make as much as the longleaf pine. Years ago on our property here, there were longleaf pines. Now there's a lot of yellow pines, and it's that time of the year that we're going to go through. It's after deer season, so we can walk in the woods without worrying about deer hunters or anything. And we're going to go out here, and we're going to see if we can find some fat lighter. Usually it looks like sometimes you find an old stump. Sometimes you can find a whole old tree that was down that's turned. And sometimes you just find where knots were, or pieces of it on the ground. So we're going to go out and look and see if we can find a little bit and split it up so we'll have it to start our fires with. So what we're looking for is pieces like this. Maybe this might be. We want to check and see if it is. So we'll just split it like that. And if it is, it has a very distinct piney smell. And this is what we're looking for.
Yeah,
and
good.
Oh, it smells so good. I could just,
it's like a Christmas tree.
Just could smell it all day. But anyway, this is kind of what it looks like. It's scattered all over. You just kind of got to have an eye for it. Believe it or not, this would never rot. Once it gets that sap hardens in it, then it's there forever until we have a forest fire or something like that, then it would burn. But anyway, this is what we're looking for. And I'm just gonna do it like that. And it's always fun to go for a walk in the woods anyway. What we've found here is an old stump, and probably this is old fat lighter stump, but we're going to chip a piece off and see. Nope, that's just the pine stuff. Nope. Yeah, there's some in there. You can see where the old as that stump is, I have no idea, but you can see where the sap settled in it. That's where it won't rot, and that's what we want right there. So that's what we're looking for.
And it's always gonna have that strong Christmas tree smell.
And it'll always smell good like that. So we'll just get some here. This probably isn't from a longleaf pine. This is probably a old yellow pine that was here, and so it's not as much in it. See, this part is getting rotten because it doesn't have the sap in it. So there's a few more in this area. So let's see if we can find a better one. There it goes. Here's a nice, what we call a fat lighter stump. That'll last a long time for me. So I'm gonna try and bust it up just a little bit so it'll fit in the basket. That's real hard. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for right there. I don't know, but they tell me that they even used to make gunpowder with this stuff, so that's what the old people say. That's pretty interesting. But now to split this fat lighter, an axe would probably do a better job than this maul, but I don't have an axe, so we'll use what we got. This stuff will burn, even if it's wet, it'll start, and it burns very hot. So it's a wonderful resource if you have wood. If you don't have woods, and if you burn wood and you don't have woods and you buy your wood, maybe after deer season, if you know a farmer or something like that, maybe you could ask them to go out and look for a fat lighter on their property. I think as long as hunting season's not in, probably most people wouldn't care, but always get permission before you go on other people's land. But well, it's wet right now because we had so much rain, And of course, it was under the ground that far. So usually you can hit it a couple licks and loosen it up. Like there's another stump right there. There's a bigger one, and so you can also cut it with your chainsaw. But it will dull the chain on your chainsaw, so just have a good file so you can resharpen it after you cut up some fat lighter, because it will dull your chain. When we pull up our fat lighter stump there, of course what we do then is we leave a nice hole in the woods. And if you was walking along or whatever and you stepped in that, which I have had friends who were hunting or whatever and have stepped in a stump hole. I've actually known a fella that got stuck in a stump hole. So what I suggest, if you do pull up a stump, what I like to do is just take some old sticks and stuff like that, put them all the way into the bottom, and kind of fill it in. Because out here, I'm the one walking in the woods. I'll be the one to step in the stump hole that I pulled the stump out of, and then we don't want to get hurt. So it's always good to just fill it in like this. Now the Mother Nature will fill it in too over time as these sticks rot and everything. But what I'm trying to prevent is for old Chad to be coming along, walking through here squirrel hunting or whatever, looking up in the trees, and my foot goes down and I get stuck in that hole, or I break my ankle or something like that. So we'll put a few more pieces in there, and then that'll be good to go. We won't have to worry about it, and it'll fill in over time. Alright, now we're not going to get hurt. Alright, we always like to walk through the woods. It's real fun on a nice day to just take on a nice cool day to take a walk through the woods and look at your property and look at your trees. And hey, you might see a deer or a rabbit or something sometimes, or squirrels. But anyway, let's keep looking and see what else we can find. So I saw this. I thought it might be a little tree with some fat lighter and an old dead tree that fell. But as you can see, this was just a regular old pine, and there's no dried sap in that one. So that's not what we're looking for.
It smells kind of earthy.
It just smells, you know, like it's wood that's decomposing, and that's what it's doing. But if we look right here, that's our fat lighter stump right there, and it is not decomposed, and that thing is who knows how many years old that is. But this is the good stuff right here. And I was just gonna get into it a little bit. Oh.
That's good.
So, but you can see the difference from the regular pine that's just rotting to the one that's got the petrified sap in it, I guess is what you could call it.
And this one smells again like the pine saw.
Yep.
And this one just smells kind of earthy.
It smells like wood that's just going rotten. So anyhow, the thing is, you know, these yellow pines that you see, these stumps, they were probably cut years and years ago, you know, by foresters or whatever. But just showing you that, showing you the difference. It's kind of fun. Alright. Alright folks, we made it back up there to the house with our fat lighter and everything, and old Max come out to visit us. And anyhow, this was a piece of that stump that we pulled up. Come here, Max. Piece of that stump that we pulled up out there, and it was wet and everything at the bottom. So I was just gonna light a piece and see if it'll light here and show y'all how it lights. And it's lighting slowly, of course, but it is wet. But anyhow, you get some newspaper under it and then put your wood on it, you know, it'll take right off. But that sap starts coming out of it. That sap's what lights. Of course, it's not what to do. There it goes finally. But anyway, you can see how it's burning even though it's wet. So it's real good to start your campfire with, or your fireplace, or your wood stove. And anyhow, just wanted to show you how that works and everything. We'll put it out. I'll dip it in some water. But anyway, I hope you learned a few things today. Hope we've inspired you to go out in the woods and find some unique stuff that you can use to light your fire. Or, I mean, even if you don't have a wood stove, even if you're an outdoors person and you want to have a campfire, this is great to light it with. So if you're in the southeast, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, we have fat lighter. So that's the thing to use. Just go out there and find it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next show. And God bless. I'm gonna dip it in the water bucket and just make sure it's out, because we don't play with fire. So we'll see you on the next one, and God bless.